It's that time of year again. Christmas lights, festive music, and the stress of overspending. So, your fairy money mother has come back once more to talk about saving money. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Cinzia, and I'm someone who completed 3 consecutive years of no buy. So I am all in about saving money and cutting down costs. And as someone who completed 3 years of no buy, I know that the winter holiday, whatever you celebrate, can be magical and memorable without having to break the bank. Christmas time is a very sensitive time of year. Every year, we're reminded again and again how much pressure there is to buy during the holidays. But this year, I am determined to help everyone celebrate in a way that's meaningful, creative, and yes, kind to our wallets. So let me talk about the philosophy behind a no-buy holiday and why it matters. We all know technically that this time of year is about, connection, thoughtfulness, generosity, and creativity. But consumer culture, alongside social media, has made it all about showing off. According to research conducted by Gumtree, influencers and social media have more sway on what the Gen Z and baby boomers buy for Christmas than multi-million-pound advertising campaigns, with TikTok and Facebook leading the way. And unfortunately, this has resulted in love being measured by price tags more than anything else. And thanks to influencers' hauls of what they got for Christmas and lavish lifestyles and gifts they get for other people, people have started buying into the cult ideology of thinking that if you loved me, you would have spent more on me, or I need to spend more on someone to prove how much they mean to me. And thanks to consumerism, there is a buzz of newness about the holidays that's kind of addictive, resulting in you not only spending on people that you love, but you also spend more on yourself and your home, from new decorations to Christmas pajamas, expensive food and festivities. You get the idea. So let's break down how you can celebrate the holidays without overspending. The easiest way to celebrate without overspending is cutting down on certain things, the core ones being 1, decorations. In short, basically don't buy them this year. I'm sure you have decorations of your own already. Buying a new ornament to add to your overspending collection is unnecessary. Now, I'm someone who never has a tree, so I tend to hang my ornaments on my bookshelves. But my partner wants a tree this year because he's hosting Christmas, and he went to go buy ornaments. I said, why do that? I'll just bring mine over to your house. Sharing ornaments is something you can do with people, particularly if you're going to someone else's holiday house or if people are coming to yours. In fact, that can be quite a cute tradition, can't it? You can say, bring your own ornaments to hang on the tree for the day. They can take them home again if they want to. It's all about sharing. Additionally, you can always repurpose what you already have. You can change the colour of things, or you can make handmade decorations like twigs and pine cones and dried oranges, and make your own handmade wreath as well. 2, gifts. Okay, so this is the hard one. I'm a lover of secondhand things. I'm a lover of charity shops and vintage finds. So if people were to buy gifts for me, they usually know they can buy me secondhand stuff, like a secondhand copy of a book or something they found fascinating in a charity shop, and I'd be thrilled about it. Though few people, thankfully, now buy me things because they know they don't have to buy me anything. I'm very happy to just spend time with them instead. But let's face it, we all know of people who would be mortally offended by receiving cheap gifts or something even handmade. So creating that shift in someone else is usually far more effective when it's led by example, and you have to also be open to receiving cheaper gifts or no gifts at all. So meaningful gifts that cost little or nothing. Christmas cards. This is my main one. Put more effort into writing your Christmas cards. No one likes it when someone says, "Dear name, Merry Christmas, love from X." It's boring, it's a waste of paper, and it's totally worthless. However, writing a really meaningful letter about what you appreciate about that person, or how they, reflect on their year, things like that can go a long, long way and be really memorable to them. Or if you're an artist, you can draw little illustrations in it. So they have like a piece of artwork that they may choose to frame instead. Whatever you do. Baked goods are also another great example, or making jams and preserves, whatever you do. Or pickled stuff. Pickled veggies are great. Scrapbooks as well of memories from their social media feed, or the ones that you have of each other. You can make a mini scrapbook that they can build on, so you don't have to fill the whole thing, but you can start it for them. Homemade gifts are also wonderful, but I should stress, not all handmade and homemade gifts are affordable, especially if the gift is made via a process that you've never done before. So Guilty as charged here. Last year I made my partner a copy of the Fellowship of the Ring. And, I've done graphic design. I thought it would be nice and easy. I overlooked how expensive it would be to bind a book. It cost me an absolute fortune, and I thought I was clever at the beginning by buying a second-hand copy of the text from a charity shop. Now it would be affordable for me to make them the rest of the series, or make anyone a book for that matter. But don't be like me. Stick to the crafts that you know or have access to the materials of, because if you buy it from scratch, you could be spending several £100. It was the most expensive book I've ever bought, technically, and I made it. I'm very proud of it, but still. But again, stress it enough. Set it by example. So if you want to be giving people maybe potentially charity shop stuff, then I suggest that you open with that's what you want from people as well. Ask people for the things that you want to reflect. You can make it into a game. Say the best thing you can find in a charity shop is what I want for Christmas, and let's play a game of it. Or similarly, let's make each other get presents this year because that's all I want. If you ask for expensive stuff and then you don't return the favour, that can go down wrong. It's not how I look at things, but it's how a lot of other people look at things. So be mindful of that. 3, food and festivities. Food is so expensive, especially if you're the one hosting the parties or get-togethers. So be honest with people about your budget and keep within your budget. Ask people to do potluck styles instead of get-togethers and dinner parties. You can even make silly games where the person with the most interesting dish gets a prize, or little titles for the dishes that people bring. Similarly, you can make the whole event into a themed dinner party that would encourage people to think outside the box when they're cooking something. So you can make it a Hobbit's Christmas dinner theme, or a Skyrim Christmas dinner, or a dinner at Hogwarts, whatever you're a fan of. And as for activities, stick to indoor games like board games and party games, storytelling, and even poetry readings, rather than big nights out at Christmas markets or fancy dinners out. So let me talk about the elephant in the room, the challenges and the lessons that I've learned from doing this for the past few years. Years. Right. So honestly, let me acknowledge the difficulties of this. The first thing that you're going to have is that it's not easy to break the ice. There are going to be some people who are not receptive to a cheaper Christmas, and they're a little bit snooty about it. That's on them. I'm not here to impress people who are snooty and snobbish about not getting expensive gifts. And similarly, I know there's a lot of FOMO when you see everyone shopping or decorating extravagantly, but I actually don't really care much for decorating anymore. It's kind of rubbed off on me. I'll decorate it now and then. Some years I miss it, some years I do. I'm not really driven by what I can post on social media because I'm not that kind of person. The things I remember the most are going to my Christmas market with one of my best friends. She and I love going to Christmas markets together, and sometimes I haven't spent anything at the first 3 years. Obviously I was on no buy. I didn't buy anything. I just spent time with her. It was amazing. We had the best time just going around stalls and thinking of ideas for gifts and things like that. It was great. We just love doing it. We love browsing. That's so fun, and just spending time with her. Similarly, I had another friend who took me out to the museum to an exhibition for Christmas. Again, one of my favourite memories ever is going to that museum. We saw the Ray Harryhausen exhibition. Incredible. I remember those things. I very rarely remember what people actually physically get me. A lot of years. And now, because I say to people, don't bother, I don't want to be a part of the financial burden, you don't have to get me anything, that also gives me a lot of ease on my heart, because I don't want people to be worried about what they buy me or spending money they don't have. That doesn't mean I don't get people things either. Over the past few years, obviously I bought a lot of stuff from charity shops and things like that for my friends, or new gifts, and I feel like I've deepened my connection more with the things that I have bought for people. Again, additionally, with actually the items that I bought, or particularly making things, whilst I threw a lot of failed book covers at the wall when I was making my partner's book last year, I still had so much fun making that book cover. As ridiculous as it was, it looks so rubbish. Like, it genuinely looks so novel, and yet he has it on prime display on his shelf, and I look forward to be able to make another one for him over the years that we're together, because that's now a tradition of badly bound books by Cinzia. That's our thing. Not relying on money actually makes the season far more special, in my opinion. I've always kept those memories, and I want to reiterate them with other people. But similarly, It's wonderful to, when you do come across like an independent seller and you're like, that'd be a perfect gift for someone, that you know that you're touching with your local community. So there's lots of ways that you can spend your money more meaningfully without spending lots of it. And that can be from little things that you find in markets to independent sellers, even cute stickers and like artwork that you find, than anything else. So whilst it can seem like you're going to be depriving yourself, go into a no-buy holiday thinking less about what you're skipping and more about what you're embracing. Creativity, thoughtfulness, and the spirit of the season. And I'm going to end it with you. Have you ever tried a no-buy holiday? And do you have any tips for celebrating Christmas on a budget if you have done it? Let me know down below and share your ideas with other people who have never done this before and they could be a bit scared. If you are new to my channel, hi, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be doing new no-buy videos for the rest of December and the rest of next year because people have missed them, so we'll be doing them throughout the year. Here I talk all about things that are more like philosophical approaches to concepts that come up every day with mental health, money, finance, productivity, things like that. So if you're interested, then please consider liking and subscribing to this channel to more videos. And I'll see you soon for another video. And remember, books save lives, so keep reading.